Clyde and Gray. And then we've got Yao Yao. He's been doing phenomenal throughout, looking out with Ash and Inferno. On the other side, we've got Colton, who knocked out Mighty Trudeau, who obviously also knocked out Molt. And then finally, we've just seen Top Notch, who did it over on Nick at Night, and he went ahead and bested Mango. It is all to play for. And what is it all to play for? You guys know it. There's $25,000 on the line. Not a bad bit of change for a Sunday afternoon of gaming, ladies and gentlemen. First and second place taking home $35,000 between them. Third and fourth, these guys already know they're taking home $7,500. And of course, splitting up the rest between them. So lots of winners here, and of course, everybody watching at home. So guys, are you ready for this? The next in the semifinals.
The only YouTuber to survive the onslaught. He sliced and diced Clyde. He turned gray green with envy. Here to battle for the honor of all the creators and hoping to add a cool $25,000 to his bank account. He's got out of the box thinking. He's got groupies. He's got a real chat. From dawn of the day, this player has been dominant, showing zero motion, but mad strategy and skills. He has been cold and calculated, as the field has been cold from over 300 to now only 4. White shirt, black pants, and all business. Give it up for TMD Yao Yao.
Chief Pat versus Yao Yao, guys. I'm so excited to see this go underway. And you know, I thought in the Final Four we'd be seeing more dominating players, and I'm not saying that these guys aren't great, but both of them in the round of 8 almost lost. It was on the edge, right?
Yeah. No, a lot of these games that we've seen with this up running here, it's been very last second.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the nature of this game. I think it pays tribute to the team that has made this game, not to, go too far, but the fact that they've struck a pretty good balance, it has to be attributed to this being this close. Obviously, we've got some really high-skilled players. Maybe some of the best players in the world are here, and the game is pretty well balanced. I would like to see a little more diversity of decks here in the Final Four. Maybe we'll see it.
Yeah, but when it comes down to these games, it's going to be down to the absolute right precision of exactly where you're going to be placing your troops here, because one missed second, and it's over.
And you guys don't think that luck has any factor in it whatsoever? The first cards you get, you can't choose what you get.
That's true. Well, that's very true.
True. I mean, the opening hand is luck, and I think that these skilled players, though, can manage it. They can change their playing style. Do they want to rush right away? Do they want to send a couple of cheap elixir cards? And
everyone, are you excited?
Right. Chief Pat and Yao Yao, probably maybe the most anticipated matchup right here to see these two guys. HK Esports represented and the YouTubers represented by
this is going to be exciting here. We got ourselves
Chief
going across the bridge here, just passing right by. Support's going to be the archers. We got ourselves a skeleton army coming across here.
Yep, skeleton army gets zapped most of it. There's the other tombstone. So both players running golem tombstone. Not a surprise right there.
Not indeed, but
Yao Yao's golem got there.
Yao Yao's going to get himself a good significant amount of hits right there on his set.
Yep, golem not known for DPS, but check out the supporting units coming in behind. Pat's going to get the dragon down to slow things down. Yao Yao with a thumbs up. And that's just about 1,000 hit points off that tower in that first exchange.
Yeah, that's a very positive exchange here for Yao Yao, getting himself 1,000.
All right, players starting to reset. Here comes Yao Yao's golem already. Pat looks a little tense.
Yeah,
he's going to hold on here. He's going to wait, maybe shifting a little bit more defensively.
Keeping it cool. We got ourselves
not dropping his golem this time.
Yeah,
so he's going to focus more on trying to shut down Yao Yao's push instead.
That could be probably the difference of a win here, if done correctly.
Yeah, Mega Minion. Musketeer is going to make quick work of the archers. A lightning spell. Okay. Where's the tombstone? There it is, just in time.
Perfect.
Talk about precision. Any later, that tombstone doesn't stop the golem. But
that log comes into play, though, and that tombstone still makes it to the tower to give it that damage.
Yep. That log perfectly timed. pretty powerful against the Tombstone. Maybe a little bit too much so, I'd say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. GPAT right here was trying his very best to just play the defensive, but still gets an incredible amount of damage on his end, taking his tower down to 410.
Yeah, that's amazing. The timing on that log is so critical. That makes such a huge difference. Yao not worried about the dragon getting in there. Another goal on this one right on the river.
Yep, GPAT going ahead and start at the back here, but Yaya's going to be going straight off the bridge here, as you said, and he's going to be able to take it to the tower.
There it goes. The golem got straight to the tower, and that's the end of that tower. Just a couple of
definitely
shots.
taking the tower
There
here.
it is. That's a tough one right there. So Pat's got 30 seconds left. Try to put something together.
30 seconds on the clock here. It's going to be hard to see if he can bring it back here.
Yeah.
That has to be a successful push right now.
Yeah, he's got the miner, but it's not really supported by much of anything else. Lots of defensive units shut down that push. And we're down to the final 20 seconds. Yaya's got this one in the bag.
He did have at 1.2 mega minions, but without any support to connect, 10 seconds left on the clock here. This is going to be definitely a hard game to even bring it back. It's going to be going off on the Yaya side.
So
4
Yaya's
seconds.
going to have an advantage, 1-0. And Yaya's going to change the deck, though, so we'll see.
That's right. But I mean, that was pretty one-sided.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
The thing is, I found it weird that, like, Pao was trying his best to defend the second wave, but even though he was still not able to defend it, and I felt like he played so well, that lightning came into play.
It's tough. I think in battles like that, it's like YouTuber style. You've got to go back, break it down, look at it in slow motion, maybe zoom in on some of the gameplay and see there was just probably a couple little differences that made a huge difference in the amount of hit points that came off those two towers. The golems exchanged, you'd almost think it would have been exactly the same.
Not in this
Definitely
case.
not.
Well, what are those little differences that he needs to make in this next game to make sure he can go 1-1?
Right. Well, the thing is, here we go again. Yao knowing that Pat's running the exact same deck. He's going to have the Golem Tombstone. So Yao knows what he's got to do to stop it. So I'm anticipating you're going to see a defensive Tombstone from Yao and maybe something different. I mean, maybe he runs Golem Tombstone and again just switches out the support units.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I was anticipating that Pat would bring it back with some strong push here with the miner, but the Golem has never been able to even fully make it to the tower.
Yeah.
All right, I think we are going to get ready into game number 2. Chief Pat has to take a win here or he is out of the tournament and out of the Final Four.
Yeah, this is it.
If Yao brings this one, he's going to be putting himself into the finals.
All right.
Starting it out right here, Pat's going to be getting
this
his
game is
Inferno Dragon.
Yeah. So,
And that seems to be a very strong start with Pat right there.
yeah.
And a lightning as well.
So I guess Pat did switch. He's got the lava hound. All right, Tombstone in the back. I think Yaya's predicting the graveyard, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen in previous gameplay today, he's been putting it in the very back of the base for anticipation, and it's actually been working out very well for him.
Well, Pat's made a huge dent on that tower, but here comes the Golem, and it looks like there is not a defensive unit in time to stop it. The Tombstone is behind it.
Yeah, if that Mega Minion gets through, though, that's going to be the big problem here.
Yeah, Mega Minions take each other down. Golem getting a lot of work done, and that
Oh, the dragon's
as
be getting
well.
through right there.
Yeah, that dragon, that is going to be tough. And even the skeletons are going to be enough to finish off that tower.
Wow, wow, that is going to be giving Yao such an advantage right there.
Yep. So Pat this time does have that tower down, cut in about in half. But again, Yaya switches to simply just defensive right here. It's going to be tough in 60 seconds to take that last 1,200 hit points off.
We're running into double elixir here, and this is going to have to be a very successful push here for Pat.
Yep, Hound moving down, and the Golem and the Mega Minion moving down the left-hand side. It's
And like
just
we've
tough.
seen, if that's unattended, that's going to be a complete decimation. We have a lightning coming into play.
Lightning helped out, but the Golem gets there full size. Once again, it's even if Pat does manage to take this tower down on the right, he's going to have to sacrifice so much damage on the left. It's just leaving you so far
That
behind.
dragon needs to be taken out as soon as possible for that Lava Hound to go ahead and get some successful hits here.
Yeah, Hound is going to go after the Tombstone.
That Tombstone's
instead.
keeping it so busy.
One more Lava Hound, final 30 seconds. 8:54. Pat keeping it close. He hasn't, definitely has not given up, and that's what we've seen from Pat previously.
He does not give up. Can we get
Cannot
ourselves
count
the
him out.
lightning? 500 HP left on that
508.
tower right there. 15 seconds left on the clock here.
Lava Hound's there.
Miner coming into play right
lava
there.
pumps are there. The
Tower
miner's
down to
there.
700.
Could it be the tower,
Tower
goes
down to 200.
seconds with the arrows?
30, 38.
No, 30.
Brings it down.
He's got it with 4 seconds left. He grabs the tower again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving into sudden death here. The thing is, Pat's tower's down to 948.
Never doubt this man, pulling it out in the final 4 seconds. And now, but like I talked about, he sacrificed so much damage on that tower.
He did, but that sacrifice he needed to take here. Now let's see what he can go ahead and do to play with what he has taken
out
on.
Golem crossing. Looking for that tombstone this time.
Oh boy,
There's the tombstone.
That tombstone's too far out, so that's just not going to be taking the goal to the side there.
Grabbing his head, he knew he made a mistake. One space too far to the right, and the Golem
that's going to cost him the game here. Down with that log, finishing him off.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt, man.
Wow, that's painful to watch.
The placement of the tombstone is what changed that.
Yep,
Pat-
if the
Pat
tombstone was just off to the side a little bit more closer, that could have kept the game going for equivalent of another 30, 40 seconds.
Handshakes coming out, and we are now out of YouTubers, guys. Chief Pat,
Making it the farthest.
the farthest.
Good try, Pat.
Are you proud of
Good
him?
effort. I'm proud. He did a great job. I think he went further than a lot of people expected to see any YouTuber. You know, again, I did predict that we would not see a YouTuber win this, and now it looks like that's going to come true.
It's true.
Just because these guys, again, they played for hours and hours and hours. They are, you know, definitely underrated. Obviously, we've got favorites. The people that are out there have these YouTubers that they want to see win. You watch them make videos every day, and it looks like they're invincible. But
Well, that's
these
usually
guys,
because they upload the videos of them winning, right?
because they never show themselves losing.
Yeah, it's true. I lost to Chief Pat, but if I won, I don't think I'd be in the video.
Exactly.
Think about that.
Exactly.
So Yao Yao is going to be going up against Colton versus Top Notch, or the winner of Colton versus Top Notch. A little bit of a prediction before we get into that?
Yeah, so we've got Colton, the hometown favorite. We got Top Notch, the Siege deck user, who I think he used an Expo in every battle so far.
Yeah, every battle he's been pulling that out, and for the most part, he's always pulled out the success on this one here, and Colton's very aggressive. So it's going to be coming down to, can Colton, and this is if he does play against the Expo, can he stop it?
Right. And
How would you
that's
stop it?
a difference.
How would I stop it?
How would you stop it?
Defensive buildings, put an Inferno, drop something like a boulder to keep it busy, and just push it through. Without something like that, this could easily shift pretty quick.
My favorite defense for an Expo is try to get an Inferno Tower to lock onto the Expo. That right there is a big key. But again, you also have to play extremely slowly, something that Molt always is reminding us about. You've got to play slow. And if you just get ahead of yourself, you commit too much elixir to a push, Expo goes down and you're in trouble.
No, absolutely. It's going to be interesting, but they really have to, like, you know, figure out how they're going to be able to commit their pushes here. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see an Expo.
I mean, we're going to find out very soon, guys. But before we get into the final game of the semifinals, let's head back to Sean.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I am joined by the wizard himself. Jan, how are you doing, mate? How are you enjoying it?
This is such a blast right now, and the last deck that I played was just kind of a deck that I've never used before. I kind of invented it for this tournament, so it was really fun to play.
And so what's your opinion of that deck coming out of there, and also looking at what just happened with Chief Pat?
Chief Pat had a really tough opponent, and he just knew exactly what to do at every moment, and just his placements were just perfect throughout all the games.
So Chief Pat, to take nothing away from him, obviously played a fantastic job, but is Yao Yao the unmovable force? Is the one to be reckoned with?
He's definitely unstoppable. I think he might even be the winner of this tournament.
Might be the player of this tournament. There you go. So do you have a prediction for who will be waiting to meet up with Yao Yao, whether it'll be Colton or Top Notch?
They've both been playing really good right now, so I can't really favor who's going to do better, but I'm going to go with Colton just because the crowd's yelling for his name right now.
Well, let's hear what the crowd has to say. It's time to get this underway. Our second semi-final. Who's going to be up against Yao Yao in the final?